Well, hello there, and welcome to your monthly numerology here at Readings at the Round Table. I'm Jennifer, and I am a little hesitant about March, but it's coming whether I want it to or not, right? But let me tell you, March 2025 is coming in with a roar. I mean, a roar. Okay, so the first day of March, March 1st, we are kicking it off in like real time with Venus going retrograde in Aries. Venus is going to be retrograde until April 12th, and it is going to retrograde, excuse me, it is going to retrograde back into Pisces later on in March. On March 3rd, we have Mercury moving into Aries. Now, this is a good thing because Mercury is not overly fond of being in Pisces. It rules, Virgo and Gemini. So being in Sagittarius and being in Pisces is not comfortable because it's opposing the signs that it rules. So Pisces is not the most comfortable place for Mercury. So it is good that Mercury's moving into Aries. But there's more on Mercury this month. Of course, on March 4th and March 5th, we have Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras, and then Ash Wednesday. So I just wanted to throw that in just for fun. And another just for fun, on the 9th of March, we have Daylight Savings Time. So I know not everyone does that. Like in the U.S., I'm finding that out. But it's happening in some places in the U.S., Daylight Savings Time. So don't forget to set your clocks ahead. On the 14th, okay, here's a big one. On the 14th of March, we have a full moon in Virgo that is hitting its peak at 2:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is also the lunar eclipse. So we have Virgo and Pisces moving into the ecliptic, and Aries and Libra moving out. All right, because North Node went into Pisces in January, so that puts South Node in Virgo. This is our first one in Virgo and Pisces. So the full moon in Virgo with the lunar eclipse on the 14th is like putting us in that different ecliptic, that different feel. On the 15th, just after that powerful full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, Mercury goes retrograde in Aries, and Mercury will be retrograde until April 7th. On a side note, this is the Ides of March. So it's kind of interesting because there's a lot of superstition around March 15th, around March 15th, because that's supposed to be the day that Julius Caesar was assassinated. And there's a lot of other superstitions around the Ides of March, but I just thought I would let you know, Mercury is going retrograde in Aries on that day. I know. It's insane. On the 17th, of course, we have St. Patrick's Day. And on the 20th, we have the sun moving into Pisces. The sun moving into Aries. What is wrong with me? There is a total party going on in Pisces. So if you have a lot of stuff happening in Pisces in your chart, you need to be aware of this. If you have sun, moon, or rising, or just a lot of planets in Pisces in your chart, you need to be aware of this because there is a total party in Pisces, like right now. And all the way through March, to be honest with you. Okay, so back to this. On the 20th, the sun moves into Aries, not Pisces, and it's also the spring equinox. Wow, love that. Love it. It is also International Astrology Day. Go hug your astrologer. Go buy your astrologer a cup of coffee. I'm just kidding. I just think it's a lot of fun. Okay, so on the 27th, I told you there was more going on with Venus. On the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, and on the 29th, Mercury retrogrades back into Pisces. So again, as I said, there's a party going on in Pisces. And also on the 29th, we have a new moon in Aries that hits its peak at 6:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it's also the solar eclipse. So we're moving off of the ecliptic of Aries and Libra, and we're moving into the Pisces Virgo ecliptic. So you can see that with the lunar eclipse that we have in Virgo, in the full moon in Virgo, and you'll see it in the fall when we go through the eclipses then as well. On the 30th, here's a kicker. Neptune, who rules Pisces, is moving into Aries. Now, Neptune moves very slowly, if I'm not mistaken, 14 years. Yes. Yeah, Neptune moves every 14 years. Just wanted to double check my notes. So Neptune has been in Pisces, which it rules, for the last 14 years. It's moving into Aries for a short period of time, and then he's going to retrograde back into Pisces for a little bit before moving into Aries again for the next 14 years. So that's a big deal. And we're going to talk more about that. I have like a whole video planned on that. So just letting you know. Okay, so we're ending March with 5 planets with North Node in water, 2 in air, 2 in earth with South Node, and 2 in fire. Yeah, party in Pisces. That's all I'm saying. So we have the Sun and Neptune in Aries, Uranus in Taurus, Jupiter is in Gemini, Mars is in Cancer, and thank goodness, like, Mars is going direct on the 23rd of February. Oh my gosh. So happy about that. Then we have South Node in Virgo, Aquarius is hosting Pluto, and Pisces has North Node, Saturn, Venus, and Mercury. Yeah, it's a good time. All right, so I want to tell you what the crystal of the month is. I'm so excited about this. It's so pretty, and I have to move all my notes and stuff. So before I do that, I do want to tell you I will be pulling from the usual cards this month. The Goddess Guidance, the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck and Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin, Boland. I just love these cards, even with my coffee spilled on it right there. Yeah, I love these cards. So I will be pulling from those cards for the advice cards for March. And I think I can get this. Let's see. Okay, yeah. How about that? Okay, here we go. So, the crystal of the month is petrified wood. And I don't have that many pieces of petrified wood because it seems to sell really quickly. I don't know what it is, but in my booth, this stuff sells like hotcakes. It's amazing. So I picked up these pieces all at this wonderful Natural Treasures Incorporated. They're out of Pittsburgh. I picked them up from, I picked these up from them. These are so beautiful. They are so these are wonderful because they've definitely been polished. And I love that you can see like the different colors and the different textures in these. Here's 2 small pieces. And you can really see like there's a lot of different colors. Most of them are like sort of this reddish brown color, but there are light browns, there's blacks, there's like, this one has both light brown and red in it. There's even like little streaks of white here and there. They're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I jumped the gun and put my notes down because I wanted to read this. The petrified wood is an energetic cleanse. It promotes balance and calmness. It grounds energy. It dissolves emotional fears, and it encourages inner peace. I think this is so important, like really during this time when we have Mercury and Venus, like both retrograde in Aries, both going back into Pisces. There's a lot of things like happening right now that I feel like we need some balance, and I feel like this is it's also a year of release. It's a year of the 9. I may have mentioned this once or twice, but I think this is a pretty important thing to have, this emotional cleanse. Also, it's coming right after that really powerful new moon in Pisces that I was talking about. And I don't know how much I mentioned of it in February. I mean, I may talk about it on my live show. I'm not sure. But here, let me switch this. But the thing is, this Pisces new moon is really, really important. It is like an emotional new beginning. It is a spiritual, like, fresh start, new beginning. And it is a powerful time for you to manifest. But you do have to clean out the clutter before you start bringing in new stuff. And I love this because this, if we haven't hit it by the time that you're watching this, the Pisces new moon is on the 27th. So it's it's really, really important. I mean, it's a great, powerful moon, and Pisces and Virgo are on the ecliptic now. So again, it puts Pisces more front and center, more as like the main character, you know, and Virgo, you know, as the main character. But I mean, come on, I'm a Virgo. Who isn't the main character if you're a Virgo, right? I mean, yeah. So anyway, all this lovely petrified wood, I think that this is so beautiful. I think it's a great emotional cleanser. And it also, the book that I pulled, the Healing Oracle Crystal Reading Cards, you know, I usually read from those. It also connects us with our ancestors. It connects us with our roots. And I think that's so great because, again, it helps ground us. This is a strong strong grounding stone and centering crystal. It assists in connecting you with the tree spirits to receive deep wisdom and healing from your ancestors. It awakens the deep knowledge that lies within the blood and bones of your ancestry. It assists in realizing any old ancestral karma brought down through the bloodline. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So let me know what you guys think about it. Again, this card is such a perfect illustration of how different each piece of petrified wood, I feel like, is just very, very unique. Yes. And speaking of unique, let's see what your individual numerology is for this fantastic and very motivating month of March. Hello, Life Path 11. Well, March is going to be a very interesting month. It is. I mean, just, you know, with Venus and Mercury retrograde, lots of fun things happening, right? Not to mention lunar eclipse in Virgo. Yeah. But let me tell you, March for you is a 5 month. Now, I think this has some good and some challenging energy, but I think that it's really good for you because with the 5 month, we're looking at changes. It's a lot of pivotal changes, a lot of things that you need to be versatile and adaptable. You need to be able to roll with it. But it's also a very social time. It's very energetic. There's a lot of dynamic energy. It's gregarious. It's engaging. It is supercharged. A lot of energy. It is supercharged. The thing is, we want to be careful of a couple of things. Really want to be careful of our communication because of Mercury retrograde, and that is something that is in your life path. You like to create a new way of communicating with people. That is the Life Path 11. That's just who you are. You also like to embrace others where they are and help them where they are. Fantastic. I love that. I do love that about you. But the thing is, communication is really a key thing this month, because you don't want to create a new way of communicating under like this Venus and Mercury retrograde energy, but you might want to just like work with some of the techniques that you have, something that's already in your skill set, and maybe just work out some of the kinks there. Now, since you also carry the foundation of the 2, which means that you definitely appreciate things in partnerships, couples, relationships, whether it's business or romantic or friendship or family or whatever, you appreciate that. This is not the time. March is not the time to start something new. It's time to really revisit and rework some of the things going on in your current relationships, whether they're partnerships, friendships, business, romantic, whatever. You need to like work on those before starting something new. And I don't necessarily, I don't recommend it. But you can do what you want. I mean, everybody has free will. But it's just not advisable to start a relationship while Venus is retrograde. No. So, one of your shadow sides is learning how to interact with other people publicly. Again, we may want to just hold off on that. And I'm not saying isolate yourself or do something like that this month. I'm just saying you might want to hold off on the interacting with people publicly during this time. Just a thought. Because I really do feel like with like this month being a lot of changes for you, that you might want to just focus on your material goods, your income stream, your money, because that's something that Venus also rules other than relationships. And also maybe focus on the relationships that you currently have. So back to the 5 energy that we have. This is also a seesaw period, so there could be a lot of unpredictable ups and downs happening. And I do feel like that it could be with it could be with a lot of things, but it could be with our finances, and it could also be with our relationships. So maintain that stability and listen to your intuition. Your life path is all about enlightenment, intuition, illumination, and inspiration. And I definitely think that you should focus on that this month. Listening to your intuition. It's going to be very helpful. Yeah. The mantra of the 5 is I am energy and creative action, rejuvenating, dynamic, inspiring, and passionate. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty good one. The lesson of the 5 is to harness your energy like any successful athlete to give you the freedom to go beyond your imagined limitations. Now, I say imagined limitations because with the 5, the shadow side of the 5 is unable to move beyond imagined limitations. Now that sort of does go along with like the 11 having problems circumventing the status quo, like having those issues like getting around like what everyone else is doing, and just like, this is how it's always been or whatever. That could be an imagined limitation. So let's make sure that we're not putting our energy towards that. All this abundance of energy in this month of a 5, let's make sure we're not putting our energy towards more of the shadow side. Feel it, acknowledge it, understand it, but don't camp out in it. Don't stay in it. Yeah. Some of the other shadow sides of the 5 is nervous or restless energy. Does that sound familiar? You know how you can have that nervous tension that you create when things are not like completely settled, and you're just like, oh my gosh, the worst could happen. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, I'm married to an 11, so don't try me. The thing is, you have to understand that with that energy of the 5, even though you have that nervous or restless energy, you can also understand that things are not going to stay the same. Things are not going to stay the same. Be adaptable. Be versatile. Understand that there's pivotal changes happening here, and there's a lot of unpredictable ups and downs happening in the 5 month. It's not bad. It's not bad. What you can do is you can showcase how good you are at a lot of different things. And I know you, 11, you are good at a lot of different things. Because the mantra of the 11 is, I'm divine inspiration, making a difference in the world today. You can make a difference. You can absolutely make a difference in this month. But just understand and embrace the fact that it is Venus retrograde. And it's a little challenging on our relationships and on our finances. Yeah. But the great thing is that I do, and I know I probably already said this because I've been saying it all day. It's really time to reevaluate, reassess the situation with our relationships, with our finances, whatever. It's time to just say, okay, this is where we are with this. Let's be honest. Yeah. So it's all right. Right? Okay. Let's see what we got here for advice cards. Hey, Yasmin. Ooh. Dana, the High Priestess. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Oh my gosh. And you do. You set such good examples. I mean, you really do. Because you can convert dreams into reality, 11. This is a fantastic card for you. The High Priestess, Dana. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Okay, one more solid shuffle, I promise. Ooh, full moon in Libra, a win-win outcome is forecast. You know, Venus rules Libra. Just for fun. Just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, definitely need my glasses for this. Okay. A win-win outcome is forecast. The full moon in Libra, the sign of partnership and falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. You know, again, just saying. This might be a reevaluation instead of a new. Since the full moons are all about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests that either you're about to start a new relationship or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow. Shut up. With a 5 month, shut up. That is so amazing. Okay, sorry. Okay. Perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. If a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right time, so try not to fight it. This card can also refer to a professional relationship. There's a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. Let go of that which is falling away. I love it. I love it. And this is a 9 year. So this is also a year of transitions, among other things. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 11. I hope you have a magnificent, I don't think I've used that in a couple of readings. I've been trying to think of adjectives for March, but I hope you have a magnificent March. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.